Hi everyone, this is CherryEnchantress, and this is your daily dose for Thursday, November 21st, if you're watching in real time, but it can also be for whenever you stumble upon it. It is a timeless reading. As you know, if you've been following me, I brought back Daily Dust, and also I am bringing in some more like worldly, universal type themes as well. So your inner and outer world. So sometimes it'll be like a reading for just your day, and sometimes it's a reading about kind of like the stuff that you see in the news or you don't see in the news. Like if you don't want to watch the news but you want to get some information. Like this is not like the top news source right here, but I do get impressions. I've been getting a lot of impressions about things that have been happening post-election, and so I just feel like I can't hide it. I can't keep it to myself. I feel like I need to share it with you. And I'm using, again, the Golden Art Nouveau Tarot because what I've decided to do is continue with the deck until I feel like I have a resolution to the story. So yesterday, it was not a pretty day for public figures out there. People in, I would say the cabinet, the upcoming possible 2025 cabinet. There was a lot of stuff coming out and more to come. So I was doing hashtag resistance, and I think there is a lot of resistance. I mean, it's not going to slide. Corruption is not going to slide. I mean, it may have in the past, but it's just so out in the open now, and so much more is being uncovered. And people are determined to uncover things. They're not wanting to just stick with status quo. They really want to expose. And the corruption is so blatant. It's like a slap in our face. It's like, oh yeah, we're gonna put up with this, not. So anyway, that's why I've been adding that kind of energy to the readings too, to see like what's coming up. How can we also elevate the collectively, elevate the energy, raise the vibration here. The main reason why I got into watching politics in the first place is because I thought I could infuse the situation with my positive vibes and help bring out justice and positive change and people being held accountable for their wrongdoings. And it looks like the journey is not over. I thought the journey might have been at least come to some kind of conclusion on election day, but the journey is not over. So here's part 2 to this phase in my journey. And so let's see what we get today for your inner or outer world, or both. Okay. Ooh, nice. 2 of Cups. Very nice. Okay. If it's a very eye-to-eye 2 of Cups, it's like, and it could be opposite sex people. Like 2 of Cups obviously is generally a romantic card, but it's partnerships of all kinds, business and love, and it's people seeing eye to eye. And also, it doesn't have to be opposite sex. It can represent same-sex relationships as well. It's really kind of just masculine, feminine, and kind of like similar but different people, but like more similar than different. Okay, let's see what else. Oh, that's not good. Okay, let's see what else. And so the Knight of, is that the Knight? Yeah. Oh, I feel like this could be a page of Wands, because in this deck the pages are kind of weirdly old. Okay, so this puts a little different spin on things. I'm not going to say this is your reading. I'm going to say this is an outer world reading. Let's zoom on in and see what we get. Okay, so I know this may be a little different, but I'm going to go ahead and read from the book, and then I'm going to get an impression. Because you know what? Sometimes the images tell me a story. Sometimes it's the words in the book that aid the story. and then I get impressions. It's like, I feel like tarot is not only the drawings and the cards, it can also be the author, can be, their message can be within the author as well. So the Two of Cups is saying, when two people experience true affinity of heart and mind, it is as if an angelic presence blesses them both. The winged lion symbolizes the courage to be vulnerable with another person, to share your secrets and your dreams. Given time and trust, this love may deepen into a commitment. And then the Three of Swords is, some suffering can only be moved through, not avoided or denied. Only the heart can know when it's time to pull the swords out and begin again. Let your tears fall and give sorrow its due. Consider carefully before you assign any blame. It is unlikely that you are thinking clearly. All right, and then this weird guy, I feel like he is the Page of Wands. And this is saying, this page has creative potential but has not quite decided yet where to put his energy. Inclined to outbursts into bursts of enthusiasm rather than a sustained effort towards a goal, he will need guidance to fully realize his gifts and use them wisely. I'm getting like a worldly view of somebody thwarting an effort of people coming together. If we're going to continue the story from yesterday, the Matt Gaetz story, then that could actually be, this could actually be good news. It's like, it could be that relationships, whether they were consensual or not, were illegal or wrong, and some energy is being thwarted here. It's like, no, this cannot be, this cannot come out, this cannot work, this is like illegal. It could be other like groups, people, I just say people, collaborations, partnerships, similar to like it's similar like US Ukraine, and something happens, like it's broken somehow when the new guy comes in. It could be lots of like combinations and scenarios like that. Let's look inner world. So say you're in a connection with somebody that feels like it might be a commitment, but there's something on the outer periphery that thwarts it. I don't think it doesn't always have to be another person. Like it does not necessarily a love triangle, but it could be like it could be false impressions because of the Three of Hearts was giving off. Okay, like just say, you have social media and people comment under your stuff all the time, and you don't know who these people are from Adam, like they're just people, whatever. And then you have your person comes in and looks, and they jump to the wrong conclusions. They think maybe this is somebody important, but they're not. Like they're just people maybe admiring you or saying things to you or whatever, and you don't know who they are. And you're not connected to them emotionally or any other way. And so I think there's some sensitive souls out there who are not fully connected to their self-worth, that could jump straight into a heartbreak energy, who could feel like, oh yeah, this, it's almost like they're finding an excuse to be upset about the relationship, which is, and maybe for fear of commitment, because if the situation's about to become a commitment, they could be stopping it just because of their own imagination. The whole suit of swords is the mind, and the mind playing tricks on you a lot of the times. It's like the Three of Swords has a lot of that. There's so many in the sword suit that are about your mind playing tricks on you, like the Eight of Swords imprisoning you, like your self-imposed imprisonment, which is you're not actually in prison, you're just imagining you're creating this for yourself. So I feel like Three of Swords can be something like that too. It's like it's for fear of opening up and committing to somebody. You may be like purposely imagining obstacles in the way, or you know, this could be for a lot of you guys out there that have a crush on somebody, and a lot of girls or guys, and you're like, oh no, they wouldn't be interested in me. They probably have a girlfriend, or they wouldn't be interested in me. I guess you know, they must be married or whatever. You know, like writing them off already, breaking your own heart before they even have to say anything. And you know, that could be another thing. Like, you'd rather break your own heart than somebody else break your heart. You know, you'd rather put this distance between you and another person before they hurt you. So it could be a little bit something like that, you know. Yeah, for fear of like opening yourself completely and 100% committing, there is this feeling of well, like sabotaging yourself. The Swords energy does that a lot. It was there yesterday too with the Ten of Swords. It's like, in your mind, it's over, done, it's the end. And you know, so that could be related to this somehow. Yeah, and I just feel like it's very pessimistic. it's a lot of this kind of doomsday, or you know, doom and gloom, instead of like trying to, you know, at the very least, try to be balanced and see both possibilities. It doesn't have to be one way or the other. You're not a fool if you believe in the positive outcome. And you know what? Your heart doesn't hurt any less whether you stay positive or you stay negative. Your heart still hurts either way, if you're right or you're wrong. You know what I mean? So try to stay focused on the positive outcome. But this weird guy, I feel like going back to the world view, because, you know, his wands is phallic. This feels like, you know, it feels like there could be some real connections people make out there, but it's under this awful, like at a party that's got drugs involved and things like that. So there's all these other elements that make it unclear if it's really the heart or it's the influence of chemicals that that make it that way. And so there could be some people who are disillusioned by that too as well. They're like, I thought we had a connection, but you didn't really. It actually was not a connection. It was something else that gave the illusion of a connection. And that's what kind of this Page of Wands is making me feel like he just, I don't know why he feels creepy to me. He just seems creepy to me. And what is on his shirt? Like, it looks like Powerpuff Girls on his shirt. Okay, let's see. It's like little monkeys or something. It's just like little circles, I guess. Some floral design. He's not looking at anything. He's looking away. But it kind of like, it could be like a thought bubble, you know? Like, this is his thought bubble. Like, this, you know, I was with her and she broke my heart. Something like that. Yeah, it could be thought bubble. Either in the outer world or in your world as well. And sometimes these thought bubbles stay in your head so long, they may become a block to any relationship. You know, when you keep bringing up the past between you and somebody else, it blocks a potential to a current relationship as well. So this one's so tricky. But I'm going to say it still has, you know, the scandal vibes to it. There's so much that still is not known about things in you know, the government scandals stuff, the positions people were, the nominees, those people. But there's a lot of ugly, just a lot of ugly. And I feel like the heartbreak could be even our own heartbreak, you know. And also, like, if you, it could be another element to it, like, you could be seeing a couple, I know something else. You could be seeing a couple as like, oh, so amazing, but it's breaking our heart. I know what this is. Okay, I know this is going to sound really weird, but this to me is kind of like Joe and Mika. And what they did broke our heart, and then it's like they kissed his ring, right? So if that resonates with anybody, but it just do feel like sometimes these cards feel like TV playing out. You know, I feel like sometimes we put people on a pedestal. Certain couples, we think, wow, they're so amazing and great. I watched a mini series, a TV series like that. It was called The Perfect Couple, actually, interestingly enough, with Nicole Kidman, and they had a facade, and like, oh my gosh, and their son was getting married, and like the wedding party and all the things leading, there's it's like a murder mystery, and the murder mystery exposes everything behind the scenes, and then it turns out that they weren't such a perfect couple. But you know what? They do stay together. It's just, I guess they do by the end. But it shows that, even the people we think are perfect couple may not be perfect couple. It could break our heart to see that they're not the perfect couple we thought they were. Like our delusion bubble is burst, So stuff like that too could be coming out. If this is a personal reading for you, like if you feel like you resonated with somehow, it could be that there's elements of your connection with somebody that's heartbreaking. Like if you find out your person is really rooting for the opposite team, and you're like, oh, really? That's heartbreaking. Yeah, that's a heartbreaking moment. When you find out your person voted against your rights or something like that, that's heartbreaking. Or when you find out, you thought you're a perfect couple, but there's things about your person that don't jive with your morals. I feel like this guy kind of represents the sort of immorality or creepiness or something like that. Maybe you're thinking that this person is just like on a high level, and it turns out they weren't so much, or or you're getting more knowledge about them that you didn't know before, or you're finding out that they're freaking human and they're not like, godlike or whatever. Or also like sometimes, for a lot of you out there, it could be also like somebody you thought was a twin flame could turn out to be a faux flame. And, that happens a lot too. That happens a lot. So maybe something like that. I don't know what to title this. And I hope we come to some resolution soon. I really was excited to see the Two of Cups, thinking, this is it. This is our resolution reading, but there's still heartbreak here. And how we're going to get over this heartbreak? Well, find out tomorrow. All right. So I'll see you again. Faith, Trust, and Pixie Dust.
Faith, Trust, and Pixie Dust.